Hey, Tracy. Yeah, he's here. Oh, I can't complain. Another couple days off of work. This is a long weekend now. I don't have to go back until after Christmas, so that's nice. Long weekend. Woohoo! He's pretty much the cat of every hour. Hey, Darth. Missed you last week. You too, Darth. Have a Merry Christmas. You too, Tracy. Sure, we'll be saying that a few times today. I got my Christmas tree up. It's been up for a couple weeks. I got a pine scented wax block in the wax melter, so it smells like a Christmas tree here. Crazy busy as always. Yeah, it's always something different. I'll admit it never gets boring. Well, sometimes it gets a little boring, but sometimes you get to the point where the line's just running well, and you get nothing to worry about. Now there was a little bit of the lines not running well this week, so I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy on Friday, and actually a little tamer on Saturday. So that was nice. We kind of had a more comfortable slide into the weekend. Yeah, I'm going to go out again today, Darth, because there's a couple things I want to look at. One thing is something she's had in the store for a while, and I think, well, I'm going to take home one of two things. Let's put it this way. Let's see here. You saw that one opal I got about 3 or 4 months ago. Well, she's got another one that's really beautiful too, and I really kind of think I want to take that. I've been looking at that for a while, and I haven't decided if it's going to be this thing or let's see, where is it here? No, that's too far. Or this thing, and I don't know. I think they're both cool. Get over here. Yeah, you really can't tell, but that's all that white stuff on there is kind of a bluish crystal, a bunch of tiny little crystals in there. I think it looks really, really cool. So I don't know if you can zoom in here, if you can see any of the detail here. That gives you a little bit better idea what it looks like. And I'm thinking about that. And then Kara actually sent me something the other day. Sent me a video of some fluorite. It was black fluorite. I'd never seen black fluorite, and usually fluorite fluoresces in a purple or a blue color, but this stuff fluoresces red. Let me show you, because she showed a picture of it, and also showed me a little video. Uh, this is sort of what she does. She knows the things I'm into, so she tries to get me excited about things, and let's see if we can blow that up. No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. All right. I don't know. Sometimes you get a battle with the technology to get it to do what you want it to do. Be patient. I will be with you in 1 second here. Okay, so this is the black fluorite. You can see a little bit, that it's doing a little bit of red, but she hits it with the ultraviolet light, and yeah, that's a kind of natural. But look at that red. So that's really cool. That would be amazing. And I don't know, I may take that home with me to do today too. I want to see that in person. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Sorry, I've not been watching the text here for a while, so I got to catch up. Yeah, both those things that she's had in the store have been a little pricey, but I decided, I'm gonna make the investment in one of them. I haven't decided yet which one. Hey, Yvonne, happy holidays, Gene. Merry Christmas to you, Grandma Chris. How you doing, Yvonne? Getting better? Yeah, I don't know about that. I have a limited amount of money. The truth is at the end of the year, I get a certain amount of vacation time every year, and rather than rolling it over into the next year, they just pay me out for it. Well, I had like 40 extra hours of unused vacation time, which I got in my paycheck yesterday. So I'm getting myself a Christmas present. That's just the end of it. My sister and I don't really exchange get Christmas presents, so not going to be much under Brooks' tree this year. So I can get myself something. I've been a good boy. I think even Santa would agree. There's a couple of rocks that Kara showed me. In fact, what I had to do, rather than trying to show it to you on the phone, hang on a second. I'm going to try and email these to myself, and then I can get them on the computer, and we can blow them up and make them look good here. Stand by. This will take a second. Okay. We'll do that. Send it to myself. And then let's do that one. No, not that one. That one. Hey, I just got an email. Imagine that. Okay. Hey, I just got another email. I know I'm a horrible host. Okay, that's one. And that's the other one. Okay, let's see where we got these here. Oh, nuts. It looks like I downloaded two of the same one here. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, that's what I did. I know what I'm doing, I swear. I'm such a good host, aren't I? Okay, now we can try this here, hopefully. Okay, so here we go. This is a little better. This is the opal I was talking about. Actually, let's see if we can blow full screen here. There we go. That's better. And so, like I said, I got the one, but this one's got some really beautiful greens in it. So, she's been holding it for me because she knows I like these kinds of things. And then, let's see. And then this is the other thing I was looking at. You can see this is a much better picture now. But look at the crystalline stuff in that. So yeah, and that's just taken on my cell phone camera. My cell phone camera is horrible. That thing's gorgeous. So yeah, that's what I got to take. It's about the same size as the one I have. It's 56 carats. Yeah, here, I'll show you mine. It's twin. She basically got them both at the same time. And I said, oh man, I like them both. But I couldn't afford them both. So I took one and she held on to the other one. Yeah, this is the one I have. And you can kind of get an idea how big it is. I love this one. Look at the green and the blue in that. I love opals. So that one is sort of this one's twin. So it'll be nice to have both of the ones from the collection. I think probably got a couple hundred pieces in my collection. Well, I always thought this one would be like a really cool pendant. Although I would never cut this thing open or drill it or damage it. I mean, honestly, it's been cut and polished and stuff like that. But you know, I would never like drill a hole in it or something like that. It's beautiful just the way it is. I guess I've seen stuff like that. It's kind of like a metal net, and you put something in it, and then you pull it, and it kind of closes up. I guess I've seen those, but I mean, I'm not really a pendant wearing person anyway. It wouldn't really work. Yeah, I picked out a plot, John. I was thinking I'm going to have to come up with another playlist for this one. Haven't had a playlist in a while. I like I said in the video, I liked, that there was so many kind of interesting people around me. I like the fact that two over for me is that marker that's probably like 100 years old. That's one of the things that's really cool about that cemetery is there's really, really old stones in there, and they're interspersed with just modern people. So it's fun how many kind of significant people there are going to be around me. A lot of the original leaders and of Texas and of Waco, and military pretty people because there was a military base here. So yeah, there's a lot of great history in that cemetery. And I like the fact that I can have the upright stones. In California, they're all the ones that are flush with the ground. And I just like that. I like the idea you can have a big monument. Wow. You gonna come up and visit? We'll see. Yeah, well, and there's going to be more of this series because I think there's going to be about four of them. Because I still got to get a casket. I have no idea how that works. Turns out there's a couple casket sales places here in Waco. Who'd have thunk, right? So I might go look at that and see what the options are. I don't know how this works because if I buy it now, do I have to take it home and store it until I'm ready, or do they hold on to it, or how does that work? And I got to get the headstone. I want to get that all taken care of, and I do want to do a will. So yeah, the will's gonna. So like I said, this is gonna be a four-part series. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's gonna be a fair chunk of money, but you know what? It's what I want to get it done, get it over with, so I don't have to think about it. Well, can you imagine then why I don't want to hold on to a casket for 30 years? Hey, I definitely got to figure out how that works. No, I think my will probably be relatively simple because basically it's my sister will probably be my executor, and I'll just leave her to her to distribute as she sees fit. Now there's a couple things that I want to have go one place or another, and I will have to deal with that. Well, I think what I'm going to probably do is um, I'm probably just going to talk to my brother-in-law about it and see what he thinks. He's made some good recommendations to me in the past for this kind of stuff. So, you know, in terms of finding an attorney, because I don't know anything about attorneys here in Waco, just the ones that have billboards, and generally they're not the ones that you really want to do business with. Larry H. Parker got me 2.1 million. Yeah, Bite's the same way ever since he lost Nibble. No, I'm staying home. I don't know. The government would probably want to scan those barcodes, and I wouldn't want to pull down my pants every time the government wants to scan. I'm just saying. Although I think there would be a certain satisfaction to showing the government my butt every time they ask for something. So I don't know. Maybe I'm mixed on the issue. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. My brain goes in funny directions sometimes. I'm sorry. I did find the four recipes that I thought were interesting. Uh, it's going to probably be my mom's cranberry jello dessert. So I found that. The classic bean casserole that we always had every year. That was really simple and really tasty. I was looking at this lemon custard dessert thing from my Aunt Della, and I think I found the Swedish meatball recipe too. So we'll have to see. We'll pick one or two things. It's probably going to be the cranberry jello recipe because that's just a tradition. And I don't know, it might just be lasagna again. I don't know. We'll see. I am going to do a live stream on Christmas Day though, and we are going to try and cook something. So we'll see what happens. Could be a total disaster. Well, it depends on the week. I have a 3 day week and a 4 day week, and for normal people, that's 12 and a half hours per day. But I come in early because I'm a lead and I stay until the work's done. So I would say, just on average, 14 hours a day, every other week for 3 days, and then 14 others for the other week for 4 days. So I don't know, it comes up to probably 85 or 90 hours every week. I don't know about taking the rocks. I don't think I'd want to be a pallbearer at my funeral if uh, if I buried myself with my rocks. I also got to figure out what I'm going to do with Flash because it's very possible that Flash could outlive me. And I think I got that one figured out. It would probably the likely thing would be for her to be returned to Bath in California. Otherwise, I'm sure the Cameron Park Zoo would give her an exhibit or something. I'm trying to think of some way. That's one of the things I'm going to be looking for when I look for headstones. Is who could do something interesting. I don't want just the basic here lies Breck Roll. I wanted to kind of say a little bit who I was, and having something that was made out of like some beautiful piece of something would be really nice. One of the things I liked about Oakwood is that there is a lot of kind of leeway in terms of what you can do. It's also very regimented. They don't let you. You got to get special approval if you're going to put a bench somewhere. They don't let you do like wind chimes and solar lights and stuff like that. You can do flowers any time of the year, but you can't put like flags on it. You can put plastic flowers for certain times of the year, but then they'll be removed like a week later or something like that. So, it's kind of a, um, a kind of a regimented thing. It's got some kind of strict rules in there. So that's interesting. Since Bite took off on us here, we can come straight on here so I can see what you're saying. Absolutely, beer cans are welcome. They'll take them away, but it's not like they're going to drag you away in handcuffs if you do it. Don't forget the grapefruit juice, Gene. Is what over $500. Merry Christmas to everyone here. I don't know what I'm going to do around here. I'm off now until after Christmas because my normal work week this week would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but Wednesday and Thursday are um, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so we're off. So I don't actually get to go back to work until Friday now. So that's nice. That's 5 days this week, and then it's even better next week because next week's my short week. But New Year's Eve, New Year's Day is Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday night, the company's decided to just keep the plant down one extra day. And every year, the company has kind of a holiday party, and the holiday party is next Friday, or a week from Friday. So next week, I actually get a 6 day weekend. So yeah, a lot of free time. So I don't know, maybe I'll go do something. I guess I'll probably let Bite stay another year. I don't know, maybe I will, John. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess technically it is technically the day after New Year's. So, but they're usually kind of fun. It's catered. They'll rent out a hall somewhere and bring everybody in. We'll everyone dress up and there'll be a DJ and there'll be it's casino night at all these, so they give you you know uh, company monopoly money that you can gamble. Usually, what $10,000 or something of company funny money that they'll accept, and you win prizes if you get if you get the highest winnings of the night. I think last year, I think somebody got like $200,000 or something that they won over that night. They didn't get the money, but that was what they won in terms of company funny money, and they were the ones that won. I ended up ahead. I was playing blackjack kind of conservatively, and I think I doubled or tripled my money. So if you play intelligently, you can kind of beat that's why the games like blackjack and the likes are the ones you want to play. They're kind of more evenly oriented than like the slot machines or something which are tilted towards the casino. Well, hopefully they'll all be sober again by the day after New Year's Eve. I don't know. They let people get buried in Yellowstone. Yeah, that's what it have to be secretly. I don't think I would hold up drinking straight on through. I'm good drinking a little bit, and then that's it. I'm done. Got to sleep it off. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to wear to the party this year. Last year was sort of that Hawaii Aloha theme, so I got that crazy Aloha or Hawaiian shirt with like the aliens and UFOs on it. I wore that to Jordan's wedding too. I don't know if I'll get a new outfit or just recycle the one from a couple of years ago. Probably something I'll figure out, as we go along here. Maybe, yeah, maybe this week during my week off here, I can think about that. It's got really quiet in here. I feel like I'm at the library. Hey, Dr. Susan, welcome to the party. Maybe we shouldn't slouch so much here. Tip the camera up a little bit here. I know, I was starting to nod off here. And it'd be really embarrassing if I did, because if I did, my head would probably go forward. And the laptop is actually hanging off the edge of the TV tray about 5 inches so that I can get it close enough so that I can see myself. If I'm at the edge of the TV tray, I'm going to be like this. So it'd be really embarrassing if I nodded off because I'd probably go forward right into the keyboard and the whole thing would go flipping over the top of me. That would be really embarrassing. Wouldn't want to do that. Might be funny to watch from your end, but still. I'm a twisted person, Susan. But I think that's going to be a nice place to spend eternity. Like I said in the video, it was kind of fun because when we were driving out to the site, to the two sites he showed me, um, I happened to mention that one of the things I like about the cemetery was that I'm a vlogger. I've been there a few times covering some of the people that were there, and I said I'm kind of a history nut. I love the history of this place. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a history major, and all of a sudden he's telling me all these things about who this person is, who that person is, and I told you a few of them on there. It's like the whole place is just filled with Baylor people, which I mean, I guess it makes sense. Oakwood seems to be the biggest cemetery in town, and it's definitely the one with a history. It's a big, massive complex too. I wanted to be closer to the front though than in the back because the front is in a kind of a nice grid pattern. So you can just say, go in this many sections, go that many sections over, and there's where you're looking for. But you kind of get out of the old section and move into the new section, and the roads like wind around all over the place. And I thought, oh, people can get back here; they're going to get lost. Here I'll show you. I got a map of the cemetery because they gave me that so I could find my way back. Oops. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, see, this is a map of the cemetery, and this over here is the front end. And so this was like that main entrance, and basically, you go like four in, from one, two, three, four, turn right, and I'm kind of like in that little corner right there. But you see, when you get towards the back of the cemetery, uh, the whole section kind of changes. You got all these windy little roads back there. And I just thought that was going to be really hard. If anybody actually did want to come see me, he's like, "Gosh, where is he?" Because I remember when one of the times I went back there, when I was doing the vlog on the guy who invented Dr. Pepper, he's buried in that section. And I spent all sorts of time trying to find that guy because that place is back there is confusing. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to be lost back there. No, no talks. I like the old trees too. In fact, the first place they showed me, the guy who managed the place, the GM, basically said, "Yeah, well, we got this younger tree over here, and we got that younger tree over there, and you give them time, there'll be a canopy over this." And it's like, okay, yeah, this isn't bad. And then he said, "Oh, I got something else I want to show you," and he showed me that, and that was the one I ended up picking because, like I said, I just love the immediate area. It was almost right under a tree. It was, next to like a lot of historical things. I'm in the same section as a past governor of Texas. So yeah, it's cool. Just reservations for one at this point. I've thought about that, Gene. Figure out who exactly some of the people are. I bet you I could find good summaries of people's lives in obituaries too. There were some pretty amazing headstones out there. Like I said, I want to find something interesting, and I don't even know what it looks like yet. I might have to look for a while. There's like three or four companies right there in front of the cemetery that sell monuments. I actually asked the guy if he'd give me a recommendation who to use, and he says, "Yeah, we don't like to do that because they all do good work, I guess." He said, "Just make sure you're dealing with somebody who's actually got a sign in front of your building." I guess there's somebody out there who just sits in a field like or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but I guess there's some kind of fly by night. Somebody works something out there that's doing that doesn't do quality work or something. But yeah, I guess I don't remember the heart headstone, but like I said, there's a lot. I like those big giant blocks they had. I showed you a couple of those. Those would be really cool. Well, I don't know. We'll see what I can just find on the internet, Gene. Maybe there's just who knows if it's somebody significant. There's gonna be information on them. And find a grave may be an option too. Because usually if you get like a significant character or somebody's got a weird story about them, they'll be find a grave. We'll say we'll tell that and give you an idea, you know, who they are. All good projects take time. If it doesn't take any time, it's not a project, right? Now kitchen cabinets are on hold indefinitely. Yeah, I don't know if that qualifies as something that would be highlighted in a find a grave article, but who knows? I got a few things that I've gotten to do that have been really cool. Christmas, yes. I don't know about Halloween, although I would suspect that you could probably put little things. What I'll probably do is have a headstone and some sort of base, and maybe if you brought something little out there, it could go on the base and maybe avoid detection for a while. I mean, it's not like they're going to kick me out once I'm in there, right? Yeah, sorry, man. You violated our decoration policy. You're evicted. Go find some other cemetery. Well, I'll do my best, but sometimes it isn't your choice. Yeah, basically they maintain the spot. I mean, the grounds are beautiful. In fact, there when I was out there wandering around, there was a guy out there with a weed whacker that was just trimming everything up. So yeah, they maintain the area. That's part of the price. I don't know. I'll let my sister figure out. I don't because there isn't a chapel on property, so I don't know. You know, there's a few funeral companies in town that do stuff, and so I don't know. We'll figure that out maybe. You know, my first thought was just to put me out on the curb on trash day, but yeah, I guess they won't do that. I don't know if I have any boots. Yeah, Lake Waco service would be pretty. The arboretum would be nice too. I mean, I guess if that's an important thing, I could go buy some boots. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. Probably get some good views on that though, wouldn't I? I would say probably if you wanted to make a trip down for the ceremony, I guess I wouldn't object to that. I mean, like I said, it might this might not happen till I'm 90. I want to not have to think about this. And who knows, 5 years from now, you might be bored with me. Early Guided by Voices music. Yeah, I figured it was something like that, Nancy. That sounds perfect, Susan. There we go. Definitely put that on my tombstone. Either that or that's not how it's done. I don't know. That would make a lot of sense, though. I got to spend some time. I got to figure out what my options are for headstones because I want something. I want something that kind of screams me, whatever that is, and I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, yeah. I don't necessarily endorse any of the ads. I don't know. I don't know the ads. They don't clear with me. So whatever. If you think taking their course will make you rich, go for it. Fortunately, I don't have to watch ads when I broadcast. That's probably the only place on the internet that you can be on the internet and not have to look at ads when you're broadcasting, huh? So maybe that's the reason I like doing this. No ads. Woohoo! Yeah, I definitely got to spend some time thinking about the headstone because that's gotta be have meaning. Like I said, it's gonna be one of those. I'm probably gonna go visit because, like I said, there's about four of them right in front of Oakwood Cemetery, and I'm probably gonna go visit all of them and just see what they have and try and get some ideas. Because one of the things I can do, I can put the headstone in place before I'm buried, and so that way, there it'll be. I can go visit myself. Unfortunately, that's true, Nancy. Yeah, but a lot of times, you have a choice of some artificial something or granite, or we use a lot of limestone here in Texas. But limestone, is a soft mineral and it dissolves quickly. I'd want something that's, I don't know, something that's that looks good. Something that's pretty. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like I said, limestone that's used all over the place. But you look at the limestone, they're almost dissolving away. I get it; it's plentiful. I've thought about that, Susan, too. Because that would be cool. How cool would that be? Oh yeah, to really get the full impact of my stone, you got to hit it with a black light. Well, and some of the really old cemeteries I've been, like First Street Cemetery down by the Texas Ranger Museum. Um, a lot of the headstones in there were made out of limestone, or are made out of limestone, and you can barely read them anymore. They've almost just faded away. So yeah, no, it's got to be something that's going to look good in 100 years. And I know they can do it. Could you imagine a headstone made out of quartz? Yeah, see, I don't want that to happen with mine. And I mean, some of the ones have been out there for a long, long time. So, well, any acidity in the water is gonna be a problem. Yeah, granite holds up pretty well, but granite could be a little boring looking too. That's I think that's going to be the hardest part. The casket will be easy. Um, the will be easy. Marble's also soft. That's a problem too. Marble is just metamorphized granite or limestone. Yes, it does stain. You're right. I mean, marble's beautiful, but and so does limestone. Honestly, limestone stains too. Guaranteed, not from Lowe's. Lowe's isn't the first place I'd have thought for that anyway, even if I was looking for something like that. Yeah, that's part of the problem, especially with the limestone, is it's incredibly porous, and so it just gets the moisture in there, and it just dissolves from the inside. I don't know, but companies that face sudden competition generally tend to complain a little. Well, that's the advantage of getting the inscription done before you die. Then you can check that yourself. That's part of the reason why I think I want to get the stone now, get it placed, because I can do that. I noticed that in the cemetery, there were a whole bunch of stones there that only had birth date, no death dates. So those are obviously ones that somebody uh, planned ahead of time and did like I'm thinking of doing. Well, I got an invitation to his funeral, so I guess I'd have to invite him to mine. And since I was at his wedding, I guess that only makes sense. Hey, bye. You back? I kind of heard that. I kind of got that feeling too, John. I think it was probably because what happened with his dad. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. You got a comment on this, bite? It affected him seriously who he is. It took Jordan a while to find himself, but he did finally. I'm happy for his success. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him either. There's nothing that would have got me to turn a camera on myself and start talking to the camera. Yeah, he's definitely living the dream. Because I mean, you know, he just loves doing that. And I know better than most probably because I've been there a bunch of times when he did it, and he has so much fun doing that. I mean, granted, I haven't been with him on a vlogging adventure in a few years, but still, right? Wow. Yeah, there he is. He's back. Getting to the point you're getting to be an old man. We're gonna have to put some steps here for you to get up on the couch and say hi to us. Oh yeah, I definitely got to go to Yellowstone before I croak. Yeah, last I heard, I mean, I guess he had some like a medical issue a while ago, but I guess he got past that. I think that was what I heard. Thanks for stopping in, Yvonne. We'll be live streaming again on Christmas Day, normal time, 11 to 1 Central Time. So stop in if you feel. I'm gonna try doing some cooking here. We'll see what happens. That just might become a tradition here, where we do a cooking vlog, a cooking live stream on Christmas Day. Maybe we can get Rhonda to show up. I doubt her mean boss would make her work on Christmas Day. I'd hope. Yeah, what I'll probably do. Let's see. I think I can. I think I can do it right now. Because what I can do is there's like a community section on the page where I can put that kind of stuff. Let me see if I can find this real quickly. We'll at least get the lasagna recipe up. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I have no idea either. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy and paste this into the community section so you can see the whole recipe. Okay, there we go. I just posted the whole recipe for the lasagna in the community section. That's kind of the, where I make announcements and stuff like that. That's all in there. So check that out. And get your supplies if you're interested. I usually double the recipe. So, because I'll make two 16x9s of that, and I'll put one in the freezer and, pull that out in 6 months or something like that and enjoy the lasagna again. The rest of them, and I'm gonna have to figure out what the other one is. Might be like the green bean casserole or something like that. One can Campbell's condensed cream of mushroom soup, half a cup milk, 1 teaspoon soy sauce, dash of ground black pepper, 4 cups of cut green beans, and 1 3/4 cups of French fried onions. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. That sounds like that would be fairly easy. Yeah, I suppose we could do that. Now, the cranberry jello one, I've made that before, so you should to be able to find that on the on by just searching cranberry jello recipe. The Aunt Jello's recipe, I've never, like I said, I don't think I've ever tried that one. Get a yellow cake mix, bake in a 9 by 13 pan, cool, cut in half, break into pieces, put in half in 9 13 pan and pat down gently. Pour in custard on top, and other half. I don't know. So where's the okay? There's the ingredients. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look too terribly difficult. The Aunt Della one, though, that's going to be a handwritten recipe if you get a photo of that. The rest of them, at least, are printed on some level here. And of course, the good ones all have stains on them from past makings of the recipe. Yeah, right. I got a whole bunch of them that are like that. Actually, I got this original one. This is my the cranberry jello dessert. And I was having so much trouble reading that one that I actually ended up rewriting it in my own hand. So I just but I keep the original too. I'm putting them all in these little sheet protectors to kind of keep them safe. And I got so many of the recipes that are like handwritten. It's really cool. Susan and her bourbon. And I gotta do that on some of my recipes because some of mine are really hard to read. But I got to organize what I got too. I don't even know some of the stuff I've got because it's just pages and pages. In fact, I was digging through some of the stuff today because I pulled it out last week when we discussed it on the live stream, and um, I was looking for specifically, I was looking for the Swedish meatball recipe. I couldn't find it. I found it afterwards and those couple other recipes, but I got stuff that I don't even have in sheet protectors yet that I got to probably do something with. And I put them in a 3 ring binder because I need to kind of protect them somewhat. But I got to organize it so I can find what I'm looking for. Or my old favorite, vodka. I don't know. Let me see if I don't. Let's see. Are there onions? Yes, there are onions. Onions, butter, egg, milk, breadcrumbs, salt, sugar, allspice, nutmeg, ground round, ground pork or sausage, more butter and margarine, flour, sugar, salt, pepper, water, and evaporated milk. Look at that one. That one actually looks kind of good. I don't know. What does it say? 1 pound of ground round and a quarter pound of ground pork or ground sausage. Let's see. It says making half-inch diameter meatballs, but no, meatballs got to be about an inch in diameter. So I don't know. Probably get a fair number of them. All right, Gene. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good church. Yeah. Merry Christmas to you too, Gene. Okay, let me lean back a little bit here. Kind of make myself comfortable here. His old body doesn't like sitting for 2 hours straight. That's why I don't want a desk job at work. I like being in the middle of the action. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of Rob Reiner. He was kind of a jerk. I don't know. I've never counted. There's two of them right there. I'm sure there's not 10,000 of them. Well, it's my job to kind of manage what's going on, make sure everybody's where they need to be, when they need to be there. But I do step in and be an operator sometimes when I have to. I'm a mechanic sometimes. It's been really tough the last couple of days because so many people were off because we're getting close to the holidays. And I think what ends up happening is they just say, "Oh well, yeah, it's last few days, so nobody's going to notice if I call in sick, and nobody's going to." Um, nobody's going to miss me if I leave. Well, like everybody was gone. So, I was taking mechanic calls last couple of days in addition to all the other stuff. So, fortunately, I know enough about the machine that a lot of things I can handle on my own. No, I don't. I don't think that Rob deserved to be murdered, but I'm not going to suddenly turn around and deify him. And it wasn't just about the president; it's half of America. He had contempt for half of America. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Been a while. Generally, the rule is I'm not supposed to be put on a line because that's not my job. But sometimes it happens, and I don't mind doing that. There was a point a couple months ago where we had like a severe shortage. For some reason, it was just a day where the boss was joking. It was like senior ditch day, where like half the staff called in, and I ended up getting put on a line for about half the day. So it happens. A lot of times it's just I cover the line when somebody has to go to the bathroom or something. De Niro too, yeah, he's another one. I just really wish sometimes actors would just keep their mouths shut. They don't live in the real world, and so you know, don't try and comment on how we should live our lives. You're a millionaire. You can afford to be a socialist. I've kind of gotten used to eating, and every time I turn around, it's like some other actor or someone that I really like comes out and says this most horrible thing. It's like, oh, please just shut up. Keep it to yourself. Nobody cares. And now I don't want to see your movies anymore because I realize it's coming from somebody who's so filled with hate. It's just such a turnoff. Stephen King's another one. I used to love Stephen King. I have so many Stephen King books, but I would never buy a book now from him. I'm glad you're doing better, Mark. I hear a lot of that happening, Susan. I hope so. I hope that the pendulum is swinging back because I'm terrified how much further it could swing to the left. You know, our world doesn't even seem to live in reality anymore. Lose 100,000 people to fentanyl overdoses, and the left is mourning drug dealers that are blown out of the water. I would just, I just don't can't believe how we've gotten this far. You know, every election for the last 20 years, like, okay, this has got to be the one. People are finally waking up to this. Yeah, hope you continue to feel better, Mark. Oh, I'm sure there probably is. I don't know. They probably haven't figured it out yet. I don't know about that. That seems a little odd, but whatever. Good for him. It definitely made the Democrats mad. But what is Robert Byrd the only one that allowed to name buildings after himself? You go through West Virginia, you can't throw a rock without hitting a building named for him. And he was in the Klan. I think a lot of this stuff though is just Trump trolling people. 'Cause I think he's playing the Democrats against themselves. He does something or says something that he knows is going to make them freak out, and then they freak out in the predictable way, and then everybody laughs at him. Some sticking their nose in the fact that what they did to him in the last 8 years, he's still here. I don't know about that. I think he's just as energetic as he's ever been. It's amazing how much energy that guy has for his age. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I mean, Reagan was sort of the benchmark, but and I mean, Trump is crude sometimes, but he's effective. He knows how to get stuff done. And see, I think that's part of the reason that both parties hate him is because, you know, both parties been promising for years, elect us and we'll fix these things and they never do. And now all of a sudden Trump comes in and boom, 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 he's fixing these things left and right. That, I'm willing to give him a little latitude. He's doing what I've wanted an American president to do, for 50 years. That's a good list. Yeah, and what is it? Something that an international business leader knows better than any politician? You can't spend more money than you have. Yeah, Jefferson was a good one too. I knew I liked him for some reason. Reagan would have loved Trump. I think Reagan did love Trump. An interesting parallel between Reagan and Trump. They both started out as liberals and transformed into Republicans. I don't know. How does Snowman get work or get to work? I know this is going to be a face plant minute, but I don't know. It's definitely an option. I was just kind of thumbing through the recipe. It looks pretty good. It would definitely be a, bring back a traditional because it was something that, we used to make every year for Christmas, Christmas Eve usually. Yeah, I'll try and do that after the live stream. I'm going to the rock store first, so it may be a while, but at worst, I can, shoot a photo of this. No, there's no sounds here. No, there's nothing here making any noise. I mean, I am running a load of laundry with the doors closed, and I don't hear it here. I can hear the dishwasher a little bit, but not hearing it run. And I don't imagine it's uh, hear it. That it's here that you're hearing it on the live stream. That's weird. Thanks for stopping in, Darth. Like I said, we'll be doing this again on Christmas Day, 11 o'clock. We're going to probably cook. So uh, hope to see you then. Yeah, no, I don't hear any. The washer's definitely not running. I got a load in the dryer. So I don't know. It's something else. Yeah, we're still waiting for the answer, Darth. How do snowmen get to work? Let me guess. Snowmobiles. Must be ghosts. Oh, I knew it was going to be a faceplant one. Never heard of party lines on live streams. And it seems weird because if it was something being picked up by the mic, it should be picked up by my ears too. And I didn't hear anything. I mean, I can hear the water a little bit going into the dishwasher back there, but there's no way you could be hearing that. Ghosts. Yeah, we knew it. I knew it. A bicycle. I knew it would be bad. Uh, that funky little elevator room at the beginning of the haunted mansion. That's a room with no windows or doors. A mushroom. Ugh. Yeah, it's sort of become tradition, Mark. There's a lot of people that are alone on Christmas Day. I'm alone on Christmas Day. Might as well have some fun together, right? Thanks for stopping in, Darth. It's always great to see you. Always a thousand laughs, even if it's faceplant laughs. You're always welcome to practice your material here, Darth. Yeah, that's it. You're the one they're coming to see, Darth, not me. Nobody's here to see me. If I walked away, you'd still carry this. I don't know. I've got my finalists in front of me, and we'll find something. It'll definitely be the cranberry jello because I love that for Christmas. And I don't know, maybe Swedish meatballs, maybe the green bean casserole. I don't know. A warm up act, huh? All right. I should have new rocks to show you too. By that point, show you those new ones I picked up. Easy opener. Well, the cranberry jello definitely. I don't know. I can't do too many things, but I got a few good options here. Pie would be good, but I don't know. I might just buy a pie. I got to go to the grocery store today anyway. Strawberry shortcake's a little hard to do this time of year. Looking for an amethyst bracelet, huh? Okay. Oh, it's not bonus money. It's unpaid vacation time. I got like 40 hours of free money this year or this week. So I'm going to buy myself a Christmas present. You definitely have to prepare here because on Christmas Day the grocery stores will be closed. You know, I that's one of the things that kind of still surprises me a little bit that things are like that are closed. It was the same on Thanksgiving too. I wanted to go get something at the grocery store, couldn't. They were closed. So was Walmart. Yeah, we'll do that. I got plenty of time. Now, Jordan and I aren't Christmas present exchangers. We're guys. Guys don't generally do that. I don't think it worked. I don't think the mint vodka worked for me because I opened it up. It smelled funny, so I just threw it away. Must have done something wrong because you open up the mint that you buy in the grocery store. It smells like mint. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. I didn't know you had a helicopter. I'm jealous. Have a great day, Darth. Yeah, Darth 007, right. It's not a dead body, is it, Darth? A practical dead body. Or is it practically a dead body? Hey, bye. You can come back and say goodbye? Huh? Yes? No? Darth wants to say goodbye. Guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Yes, they sit there and stare at you and you don't do anything. I turn my face away from you, and then all of a sudden you want to come up and visit. Is that how it is? You just want the attention, don't you? Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait. Yeah, see you on Christmas, Nancy. Look forward to it. I got one thing I'm sort of thinking about, but we'll have to see in terms of a short trip. It might be a moderate trip. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to pull the plug on this one. I put in my 2 hours. Got to head over to Gallery 11 and get my Christmas present here, maybe a couple of Christmas presents. So we'll pick this up again on Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday is Christmas this year. 11 o'clock, normal time. and we're going to cook some stuff. I'll try and post the recipes that we're going to do in the community section on the page, so you can prepare ahead of time if you want to follow along. So that's all I got for today. Thanks, everyone. I had a good time today. I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas.